Alright guys, what is up? So, welcome back to my channel. This is something that I never do. But I gotta say, I used to be a huge gamer. And lately, I would say that we rediscovered being gamers again. There's just this time where I wasn't really feeling multiplayer games anymore. I was a huge Halo player, huge Call of Duty player for a little bit. I really got excited about that. It was the phone game of all things that got me back into it. But I got Karen playing the Resident Evils with me. And we played 5 and we played 6 and we went through 4. So going back, so real quick. We did Resident Evil 2, or no, we played 1 remake, 0, then 2, the remake, 3 remake, which I think is all around not the greatest, and then played the original 4 but on PS4, and then Resident Evil 5, it's one of Karen and mine's absolute favorites, and then Resident Evil 6. But after that, we were like, okay, let's finally finish this Final Fantasy VII remake. And then they released this, the Crisis Core. So with Crisis Core, I gotta say, I absolutely loved it. I never got to play it on the PSP. I didn't own a PSP at the time. This game completely went off my radar. I always knew that it was out there, and I always wanted to know more about Zack just from those tiny little videos from 7. But I gotta say, this has probably been one of my most favorite games as of late. But you can see right here, I'm fighting Minerva, and I tried her like 2 or 3 times, and I had already been doing the Pheonix down thing on my own. Once I figured out, I was like, why are there Pheonix downs when there's no one else in our party? And then I realized, oh, if I use a Pheonix down, when I die, I'll come back. But I went up against Minerva a couple times. I was like, there's no way, we're not strong enough. And I thought maybe that Genki shield or whatever it was would be the fix to the problem. Obviously, it's not. No matter what you do, she will kill you every time with 9999999 for most of the things that hit. Just like that one, 99,999. You can survive her mega attack, but that'll take your Pheonix down. Karen was reading. She was like, people say you need to use the, what's the AP punch? It's a costly punch. I do not agree with costly punch. And I know diehards might say it's the best, but costly punch kills your HP. And when you got to go up against her special attacks, your HP is severely dwindled. Now, you could have a regain, but I needed other things on Zack at the time. You can see I got a shield. I think it's the barrier, and it alternates between the magic and physical, but it does nothing. It stops her from nothing. All of that, whatever. I think Endure is always active or something when you have it. It's been a minute since this happened. It took so long to get this footage to transfer over. But anyway, if you steal Pheonix downs from her at the beginning, it'll max you out at 99. If you got 18, you'll get whatever you need to hit 99, basically. You can see there, she did 64,000 damage twice. And I've got my Zack's HP up to 75,000. And that's through basically having something that will unlock above 9,999 HP, but having basically my materia tricked out to where I basically jacked 2 materia sky high, like an HP plus, and I jacked it up to where it does, like, I think it can do 999% extra HP is what's going on right there. But you can see it's basically just trying to dodge her attacks. I was so bad at dodging these ice attacks this round. And it's funny because this was my second time going against her. So I tried to beat her like 4 or 5 times previous. And I was like, we are not strong enough for this. We need to get some shields. We need to do something. But there was a period for like a week and a half, and this is only for like a couple hours a day, where we just sat at the exact same save point and we're just burning through the missions. Because I was worried if I didn't do them the first playthrough that I would mess it up to where I couldn't do them again and I'd have to go through the whole game again and do it again. But I'm really, when I play games, I'm someone who does not like to leave any stone unturned on my first playthrough. I know some people rush through and then go for that stuff. When you work a lot though, I think sometimes it's like, I could understand too if you don't want to do any of these, but when you work a lot, you might not have a couple times to go through a game. It might be a one and done deal. I would play Crisis Core on hard mode though. There's a couple achievements I missed. I missed getting every fan club email. It's funny because these are all under Karen's name. It's on her PS5 that we've been playing these. Which I think it does absolutely. It looks excellent. And I gotta say, I fell in love with Zach. I think Zach is such a badass. He is such a good character. And it's crazy because I've always been a big Cloud fan. But Cloud is so edgelord and so moody that it's like, when I knew we were going to be going back to Final Fantasy Rebirth after we finished this one, well, playing it for the first time, I was like almost like dreading playing as Cloud again. I was just like, God, Zach is everything. He's fun, he's happy. I mean, the guy runs out and forgets his sword, just like, I'll be back. And everyone calls him a puppy, which he acts like a puppy. I mean, Zach is awesome. And he's got like tons of like just character. I mean, when he's bawling after, spoilers, after basically killing Angeal and just like her bawling in the church, I mean, that was gut-wrenching. And I think the ending to this game is just, it was so good. And it's funny though, because that's another part. So I never really go and read ahead about games. Back in the day, I used to. And I have a buddy that I always tell him, like, do not read ahead. Because he's like one of these guys that never wants to make the wrong decision. And I used to be that way back in the day. Like, oh, geez, if I chose this, is it going to mess up something later? But nowadays, I don't really. It is what it is. It's the first time playthrough. It's like you can't mulligan your real life. So I don't know. I think it's funner to go straight through and not try to do everything the best. So like go off instinct the first time. Maybe second time do whatever you want to do. But what was I saying with that? I don't know. But anyway, Karen was reading ahead. Oh, that's what it was. That people had such trouble with the Genesis fight. And as strong as we got at the end of all these missions, it literally was like 3 punches to Genesis's first form where you're punching that sword. I did magical punch, so that's what I've been doing this whole time too. I do magic punch because, like I said, costly punch takes away your life, and then you could do there's that other punch. I don't know, magic punch was the first one I got, and it was the one that I stuck with the most. But when I fought Genesis and he had that huge sword, that big form, I punched the sword 3 times and he was done. And then I fought him as himself. I mean, the fight lasted 15 seconds. Like, through the game story, my Zac was so overpowered that at the end, when I was fighting the troopers, I'll have to post the video of that, but when I was fighting the troopers, they could not kill me. I just kept doing this high jump, and I just kept destroying them 10 at a time, whatever it was. And no matter what they did, they would hit me with the missiles here and there. I would just throw a potion because I had so many at that point. Nothing could hurt me to where my potions just racked up. But my Zac was so overpowered that the rest of the game was a breeze. But I had so much fun doing these little missions. Now I do know that every time I do this super high jump, it's literally only doing like, what is this? Like 11,000 damage to her, 10,000. But it's a nice little jump where you can just get it in and get away. Get it in, get away. Because if you do it to her 9 times, which sometimes you could get multiple in there, but I've never like did it to her 9 times in a row here. But you know, it over time, this is kind of like one of those like fights where it's stamina. There's no way you're gonna blow through her. But I hate those ice. I always do such a terrible job dodging those. But I'm so used to just rolling as Zack, just roll to get out of there. It's kind of funny in Rebirth, Cloud does that little spin jump thing, and I'm just so used to trying to roll. I really think playing this game and Rebirth, they're like almost so close of like a button scheme type thing that it was kind of hard adjusting to Rebirth. And so the fight I did before this with her, I was actually doing better, but I threw it away on accident. And this one I was just like, let's try it one more time and then I'll change up some materia. Because I really thought this was going to be like a 6, 7, 8, 9 attempt. Like, I did not think I was going to be able to get her. There, see, I just tried to steal from her again, because Karen was saying once you're low on Pheonix down, you can steal again. I don't know about that. So that is another thing I was wearing. I was wearing some type of armor that guarantees a, like, valuable steal. It's so scary when she's getting her next attack going while you're just reviving over here. She doesn't do it often, but she does it often enough that it's almost a problem when she's really close to you. And that's one of the things that really comes down to the wire on some of these. But you can see this is just like a battle of attrition. Like, you're going to keep dying over and over again. You can see my Buster Sword proficiency is only at 17.3 or 17.30%. I basically was not using the whatever mode it is, Punisher mode, I think, or whatever they call it in this one. Basically, where he goes into his other stance, it's kind of like a roll with an X and a square, and he'll go into it. Cloud does it in the other ones. I love the Toneberry. I think he's so adorable. It's so cute that Zack's like, no, no, no. But the knife just goes flying out. At this point, too, we have all of the summons. We do not have our AP meter all the way up yet. One thing, though, that does work really well is when you get the Cisne materia to try to force her to pop up more often, you can stay heavenly all the time. Now, Aerith really comes in clutch in these fights because you're basically invincible right now. Nothing can even touch you. But you can see right there, we really wore her down with all these hits. Yeah, love Magic Punch. Costly Punch, and that's another thing. A lot of people are saying Gil Toss. Dude, I was out of money so quick, and I was like, why am I going to burn through all my money doing this? Like, it's not even doing much for me. So we have her about halfway. We drop to normal. Oh, you know one thing? Because I imagine if you're watching this, you love Final Fantasy VII or whatnot. I will say, I thought Remake was fun. I like it. I love it for what it is. The characters are beautiful. Getting to see them like this is just so fun. I've said this before, I'm not a big fan of the Whispers. I think the Whispers was stupid. I hate that they had it. I do not like that they've mixed Zack into this somehow. Oh, you see there, I barely got that Pheonix down off before she jumped into that attack. I hate that attack. It looks like a bunch of little sperms trying to get you. Just playing Rebirth, like, I gotta say, is it awesome? Yeah. Is it fun? Yeah. But it doesn't feel like Final Fantasy VII. Because when you think about it, and I know this might make people mad, but just hear me out. The old Final Fantasy VII, yeah, there were things you had to do, but for the most part, the story was always progressing through almost everything you did. With this Final Fantasy, it feels a lot like Assassin's Creed or like Skyrim, like especially with the open world now. It's like, go get the world intel, turn on this tower, fight some fiends in front of the tower, turn it on, learn of a new fiend location, go kill those fiends, 3 objectives, pressure, stagger, and beat them in the time. Or something silly like with those big ass owls. It's like, kill them before they do sorrow flight, or before they do sorrow of something and take flight. So it's like, you gotta really... But now, those are fun and everything, but it's like, that's what I hated about the first Assassin's Creed, even all the way back then when I was playing it. See, I tried to steal from her again, and it did not work. But, you would do like a flag race, find a peak, save a villager, and it was just the same things over and over again. And that's what this is feeling like. Find the Titan data, find the materia pawns, basically the Mako pawns or whatever. Find all the the towers and just that type of stuff. And I mean, am I gonna do it all? Yeah. Do I love just watching Cloud and Tifa and Barrett, Aerith, and Red 13 run around? Can I not wait to see Vincent in this? Like, of course. I do not like that that's the journey, the unknown journey. Like, what are they going to change? What are they trying to do in this game? I mean, and I know that people are like, well, they can't just tell you the original story again. Well, they could, because it was perfect. And there's probably a lot of people that would never play that original one, never have played it, whatever it may be. But it's just like, that old story's so good, we don't need all this. And it's kind of like, what is the big snake's name? The Midgar Sormer or something like that? I don't know. I'm not... The Midgar... I don't know. The big-ass snake. When you originally couldn't make it across that swamp water and you had to go get a chocobo, you would try to fight the snake and be like, okay, maybe I can do this. And I'm in the 5th grade. I get my ass beat by this thing. And then, you end up coming back and you just see it impaled on this tree. And it's like, oh, Sephiroth did this. Like, oh, geez, Sephiroth did this? Like, we could not beat this thing no matter how hard we tried. And he just straight up impaled this snake. And then in this one, spoilers, Cloud gets dragged under the swamp and he's like going down and he sees beautiful Sephiroth, and Sephiroth does this thing and the snake flies up 400 feet in the air and impales. No one asks Cloud, like, what the hell was that? It's just like, well, okay, moving on. And then you go through the mine and everything. I mean, do I like how they fleshed out all this extra stuff? Yeah, but I mean, that Sephiroth and the snake was just like a bit much. Like, I get that we live in this like tension, like you need to constantly be engaging. We're like a screen generation, as they're saying. Like, you need to hook people in 10 seconds or they move on. That still is not the type of media I consume. I prefer like 3-hour podcasts. I love listening to books. It's just like, I'm not like a Sprite type guy. Like, I get that it's doom scrolling. It's just, I try to stay away from it as much as possible. I know I used to say reach out to me on Instagram and you could get me easiest there. Guys, I do not use Instagram the way I used to. I'm pretty unactive on most social media nowadays. I'll go on there and check what Hot Toys is saying. Just check stuff like that, what's going on. But it's, I don't know. It's just, everything is so, like, backwards in today's time at the moment. Like, I would say this too, and I'm always complaining about movies and stuff, but I just saw this preview. It's called Arcadian. It's got Nicolas Cage, and it seems like he found these 2 boys, and these monsters come out at night. And he's all pissed at the one boy, like, hey, you're late, and they have to lock all the doors, kind of like, what was that Will Smith movie with the vampire, the zombie vampire thing? I Am Legend. And then, you know, the one kid's like, I'm sick of hiding from him. And they got that cool scene where Nicolas Cage is like, are we not men? And they're all getting pumped to like, yeah, let's kill these things. But that movie, I will say, that movie looks really good. I will be watching that. The next movie Karen and I are gonna go see in theaters is Spy Family. Family Vacation, I think. Oh, we love Spy Family. I started buying the mangas in Walmart. The mangas, my bad. In Walmart. Oh, look, oh, that was just an Ultima, though. Started buying them at Walmart and reading them. It's crazy. So, I don't know if you guys, if you're anything like me, you love old anime a lot. I love Initial D. I have the Tokyo Pop DVDs of it. I missed out on the mangas because I was too young to basically get them all. Here she comes with her ability power again. Yeah, got her down just a little bit. Now, if you notice, when she does this, she does take away your Pheonix down, so you gotta get that back out immediately. Because that's one thing, like, it did not kill you, but she still took it away. Oh, and she took away all my MP and AP. But I was in Walmart the other day, and we saw this Initial D mouse pad. And I don't even need a mouse pad like that. I don't even have a desk. Right now I'm watching this on my laptop because I wasn't like doing this live or anything. I was just shocked that PS5 records this stuff, and I don't know. Everyone puts their Minerva video out there, so I just kind of felt like putting mine out there too. But I got this mouse pad for Initial D, and I told Karen, I was like, you know what? I guarantee you this means that they got some type of contract where they're going to have some Initial D merchandise. If it's like a shirt or who knows what. And I went in there early in the morning at like 6 a.m. when they were opening because I was coming back from dropping off some packages at the post office. And, oh, you see that? Those little sperms almost got me while I was Pheonix downing again. But I found this, they got like these, I want to say it's like an omnibus, but it's this thick book of Initial D, and it's not censored. They even have the weird sex scene where Tack is like thinking of Natalie's boyfriend, like, you know, doing things to her. Because that was the first thing. I was like, is this edited? Because it's at Walmart's bookstore. No, it's not edited. So you'll see right here, I usually watch these little things, but when it's like a really important fight that could take, you know, another 29 minutes if I mess it up, I skip their videos. There's no way I'm going to sit through all these videos, but I usually enjoy them. But I got this sick book of Initial D. It's like it might be like the first 3-4 volumes, but they did it with Attack on Titan too. Really look forward to those Initial D ones. I was reading it for free on what was that website called at the time? See, she barely got me with 77777. But there was a comics app that was kind of like paired with Prime. Geez, trying to get this guy summoned, that was a chore. Just look at Zach, he's so fun. But anyway, see, we're getting very close here. But they have Initial D stuff at Walmart. Go get it. You know, I'm not saying go to Walmart or anything, but if you wanted the mangas like I did, they're so expensive nowadays online. We're going to get Angeal here again. I do think the Rush Assault is one of the better attacks. Like, I know a lot of people say Octaslash, but I think Rush Assault deals so much more damage more often than Octaslash. Oh, you see that? She almost got me again right there. I was listening to this book. Ah, see? There she goes again. These last couple Phoenix Downs were literally just wasted. Like at this point, when I had 5 Phoenix Downs left, I was like, oh, we're so screwed. Like this, look at her health at this point. Like it's coming down to the wire right now. But I was listening to this book about Nordic, like basically like Nordic religion, and Final Fantasy VII, how it all ties together. And I mean, it was a good book. I'll put the picture on here of what it is, but it talks all about Minerva and stuff. Now she's basically the manifestation of the planet, basically, or something like that. She does cure Genesis. Now this is a weird thing that I still have my dirge is Suberus. I always said Suberus, but I know some people say it the other way. But I pulled out that PS2 game recently. I don't remember if it's the PS3 that can play PS2 games, or I don't think the PS4 can. I still have my PS2, but you know, PS2s were finicky all the way back then. I had one that would not play the blueback games. It would only play the, I remember you would open it up and turn a little notch for like laser distance or something. I don't know. This is back when you would hear things in magazines or whatever. But, I know you can get these things on emulators and stuff too, but Dirges Suberus was like, now don't get mad, but it was like such a shitty game that even when I was that young, I was like, oh, this game just like, it plays like crap. Like I almost think that maybe now that I'm older, like I'll appreciate the story and everything. I guess that's where Whis, whatever people call him, Whis the Immaculate, he was in Yuffie's little intermission thing, but he's part of that story. But I think if they would have just straight up stole Devil May Cry mechanics and just had Vincent jumping around like Dante from Devil May Cry 1, like, dude, that game would have been sick. So we're here. We got 2 of these left. And just wait until how this goes. This is so, like God wanted me to beat her this time. It's kind of blasphemous. Take that back. Anyway, everything aligned. I hate those little photon sperms. Now you can see we're so close there. I hate this flash slash too. It's just, once you get good at dodging it though, ugh. So here we are. 2 Phoenix Downs left. And look at who I'm getting up in the top corner. Okay, we're down to 1 Phoenix down. So here we go. She just basically sneak attacked me. Boom, I get Aerith. And what do you think Aerith does? She makes you straight up invincible. So, am I going to back off her? No. Got her. Oh my god. It was so delicious. And it's not like it took forever. I only tried to fight her, I think it was like 5 times maybe. But each time it was like 20 plus minutes before. And then I was like, well, we'll come back to her when I'm a little stronger. You know, you get this armor. People are going to be mad, I don't know the name, but it makes you omnipotent. And it's like, it's almost such a bad trade for what I had on Zack at the time. You can see here all my different, here I am saving it. But that armor is almost worse than the pair-ups that I had on Zack anyway. I never ended up wearing it because you do all of this at such a cost to where it's like all this great stuff, but it comes at a heavy price. Well, you're constantly cursed, so your your little slot machine meter is never gonna, you can't do anything with it. So if you're trying to level up or max out your summons and stuff like that, it, that's done. So, but I know it doubles all your items or triples it or whatever it may be. But I at this point, I was so strong, like I don't need any items. Phoenix Downs, yes, but even these stupid birds that can kill you when you're a little weaker, these ostrich birds just piss me off so much in this. And when I was trying to get the little guy in the pot, the one who did it's like the one where you pull the item out. I think he's like Money Pot or something. But when you're trying to get him to come up and just running around this cave forever and forever, these stupid birds, and they'll, like, if you cannot endure them or get stunned by them, you just sit there and they just peck you to death. But at this point, my Zac was so strong that those birds are just like 2 or 3 hits. But yeah, my Zac was OP'd. But guys, that was me fighting Minerva, and that was fun. Just kind of just shooting the shit with you guys. I will have more statues I'm going to be opening. I just got my Game Toys Zac in the mail not too long ago. We're waiting on the extra body, and yes, he is very hard to get, and it sucked. Toys Wonderland really screwed me over with Zac. I have all different opinions on that company. I don't know what's going on, and I know they turn their comments off all the time, but I have gotten a few things from them recently, but I'm still waiting on things. But they screwed me for Zac, so I had to pick him up second market. Especially Karen loves Zac. He's even the background on her phone, so I had to get that figure because Game Toys are just phenomenal. If you haven't, check out my Cloud video. I'll put it in a link here. But guys, thank you for all the love and support. Leave me a comment, like, and subscribe if you want to see. Let me know if you want to see more stuff like this. Maybe put up some other video game things. I'm feel so good playing video games again. Just having fun with them. So over multiplayer nowadays. Just give me good stories. But we have so many video games in a backlog that we're going to have enough to play for a while. But I'll leave you with the normal tagline, even though it doesn't apply here. But guys, keep buying toys.